when you're going through a breakup and you really need to pull. It's not cutting cords. It's not cutting cords. It's pulling cords, pulling that motherfucker out of your heart chakra like a weed in a garden. Like a weed in the garden. You know, your auntie makes you like pull weeds out of a garden and shit like that, or carrots. Fresh carrots. Oh my gosh, hey! Hi, my beautiful baby. Hi, and welcome to my abode, my humble abode. This is Cherish, and I decided to come on here today to really... I'll take my motherfucking gum out of my mouth. But, so welcome to Cherish Love and Beautiful Love Tarot at the same time put together. So you guys, honestly, I had to come on here because the number one question I always get 24/7 from folks is, okay, Cherish, how the fuck, is it on? How the fuck do I pull the cords from my toxic lesson? You know what I mean? Because we all have to kiss many frogs. We have to kiss many frogs in order to find our beautiful soulmate. So what's the best way I can heal and finally get over him? Because it hurts to love him. It's breaking my heart loving him, and it's fucking killing me. So I work with clients from around the world, and that is one of the number one things they always say is, I don't want to live anymore. I feel like, why should I love again? Why should I let my walls down again? All this kind of stuff, you guys, like, fucking stupid mic. But, oh my God. Okay, you know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to attach it to my panty because I'm sitting here in my panties. So yeah, I hope you guys can hear me. I'm actually going to double check and see if you can. Yeah, so I just want to make sure you guys can hear me loud and clear. My buddy Hector, he's Mexicano, and fuck, the way he talks to me, you know, when you hang out with someone so much and the way they talk to you, like, he's always like, yeah, I'm going for a flight. We're gonna go over here. And I'm just like, fuck, now I'm starting to talk like you bitch. But yeah, actually Hector is in Mexico right now. Anyways, so the way you pull cords out of your atmospheric auric fields, because we do keep love resonance in our auric fields, you guys, and that is what attracts you to certain folks, what intuitively repels you from certain folks, aka sociopathic, serial killer, pedophile motherfuckers out here on the streets and in the churches and in government. Like, we got snakes in the grass that are in every kind of vessel, you guys. A lot of them are like motherfucking Catholic priests. And I'm not even gonna give them the due respect because wolves are sacred in my Native American heritage. So I never use that saying a wolf in sheepskin, because I'm not gonna give a fucking pedophile that kind of due respect saying a wolf in sheepskin. Like, bruh, you're worse than the dirt underneath my feet. Anyways, I digress. So the best way we do it, you guys, is when we have a karmic and it's really super toxic. And the language that I use in everyday, say, toxic, dark, negative, there is no such thing as bad in this universe. Everything is just is. Everything is polarity. Everything needs to have some dark to make the light, and that's just the way life is. But these are the terminologies that I use to kind of describe to folks to differentiate. So as I was saying, a lot of us have to kiss some frogs. Why? For our emotional intelligence and for our soul wisdom, our soul growth. And the only way that we can gain emotional intelligence and strength and wisdom is through deep, deep pain, deep emotional pain, deep fuck my life days, deep I don't want to live anymore days. This is how we gain strengthening times, you guys. You know, when we go through hard times, I don't call it hard times, I call it strengthening times. So make sure you utilize those sad days, your weekends, and really just cry your ass off in bed. Like this bed back here, yo, I cried a lot, like healing, especially your moon time, you guys. Pawachaganage Sipisim, my First Nations Native American ways of life, and in ancient Atlantis and in ancient Lemuria, we went by the moon cycle. So there was 13 months in a year. We never went by sun cycles. We went by moon because the moon, the spiritual realm, was our guiding light. That is what really had us living and in unity, was the spiritual realm. And we knew that when moon time came around, it was always when we had our ceremonies, our shaking tent ceremonies, our sun dances, our sweat ceremonies, our healing ceremonies. In Native American ways, our horse dances, everything, you guys, everything was done. Our peyotes were done during the full moon because we knew that those energies were used to utilize the moons. And we knew that we were 80% water, and we knew the moon was a chance as a soul having a vessel, a human avatar experience, that we were here just temporary. This ain't really our home. So we took advantage of Earth School. So as soon as moon time came, we were like, hey, any kind of feelings that we have, whether it's anger, sadness, from past lives, from childhood, are a beautiful chance to fucking cry, shout, let it all out. Like, seriously. So especially when a woman gets her first moon time in Native American tradition, you would put her in her teepee alone and let her be with Creator God and deliver the food to her. There's no metals that are allowed within her vicinity because it's takes the electrical magnetic away from her body more as she purges the emotional energy, because as women, we are the vessel, the closest thing to source God. That is why the toxic masculine of this world tries to kill the woman and the power, and that's what they've tried to do in time immemorial. Look at the fucking Bible. They hate women. They hate us. Look at modern day Olympics. They hate us. That swimmer boy getting first, you know what I mean? It's just like, bruh, you just turned a woman like at age 22. Leave these gold medals for the women that fucking deserve it. You know what I mean? They hate women. Society, toxic masculine, fucking hates women. And right now we're in the age of awakening, which is healing the feminine within this toxic masculine society. That's why we're in this hot ass mess right now anyways. So yeah, I always digress, but who gives a fuck? So yeah, so the moon time, you guys, was a really beautiful chance with all these bipolar ass emotions. Yes, it's a bipolar time. Don't motherfucking suppress that shit with like any kind of uppers or downers. Any big pharma scam pills and shit. Feel that shit 100% and cry your motherfucking eyes out, okay? That's what it's for. That's what moon time's for, is to go through those angers and sadness and to heal. It's a chance to heal and strengthen your ancestral lineage moving forward. So any kind of angers, emotions, sadness that comes up during a moon time, feel that shit. Cry. If you have to go drive it to the outskirts of your city or country town and just let it out, or if you have to walk like to the outskirts of town with your best friend at night and shit, do it up. You know what I mean? Carry a motherfucking pocket knife and some bear mace in your bra, just in case motherfuckers want to get, you know? So yeah, so just cry, let it out, and definitely that's the time when you're done those 4 or 5 days of emotional wanting to kill people also. Like, that's how I am when I go through a really hardcore moon time, is I will fuck you up. Anybody around me, please stay away from me, like for 3 days, because I am already as fiery as fuck, but once you add that emotional moon, best believe I'll knee you in the face. Like, that's just the way my nature works. So yeah, so definitely the moon time is a time to just heal, cry, let it out, get a punching bag. Tell your family around you, yo, give me some time. I got a lot of purging I gotta do here. It's an opportunity of strengthening time. Give mom some mommy time, okay? So yeah, definitely don't try to suppress that shit, because when you try to suppress it with food, ice cream, porn, shopping, alcohol, weed, when you try to suppress all those emotions, yo, you're just delaying your strengthening and healing. It's gonna happen anyways. You might as well get it over with. You know what I mean? Just fucking, it's like pulling the band-aid or getting the teeth out. Just fucking get it over with. The pain lasts like a really hardcore hot minute, but then the rest of like the 20 hours, it's all good in the hood. Would you rather go for pain, half pain for 20 hours, or would you rather just go through extreme full pain for like 1 minute? You know what I mean? So yeah, it's better just to pull the band-aid ASAP, cry your fucking eyes out and say, God, why am I on this fucking earth and shithole in the planet universe? And just vent and let it out. It's okay to be mad at the circumstances that we're in and mad at God sometimes. We're human. That's why we're here. Nobody's perfect. You know what I mean? So Even Jesus was blacking out on his dad, saying, yo, why do I have to sacrifice my life for these ungrateful bitches? You know what I mean? So yeah, so don't feel bad. Like, honestly, that's what's up. So yeah, so when you're going, that's why we're here on this earth. End of the day is for emotional, tragic pain and to get our heart ripped open and, you know, extremely frustrated and sometimes even extremely humiliated, embarrassed from our own families and best friends, stabbed in the back, Judas, betrayed. We came here for all that fun stuff. You know what I mean? And it makes you way stronger. It makes you way the fuck more intelligent, wise. And remember this, the strong forgive, the strong keep kind, loving hearts, and the strong let it go. The weak ones are the ones who hold on to that pain and shit and go and pain on other people, hurt people, hurt people. You know what I mean? And don't let motherfuckers ever disrespect you. Never let a motherfucking disrespect you. Love yourself well enough to never abandon yourself. So when some chick, when you're having your guys' conference meeting, tries to side-eye you or be passive-aggressive as fuck, call that bitch out ASAP. We have laws in North America now where you speak up as soon as bullying and harassment happens and you are protected to a T. So speak up if a bitch tries to get harassing, because you know what? They won't stop. Bullies, as soon as they poke you the first time, they're gonna stay fucking poking on you. That's what bullies do. That's what bullies do. So what you gotta do is, they ain't your friend. They ain't your friend. Remember, coworkers ain't your friends. Most of them, a lot of them. Make sure you say shit ASAP. And don't fucking ever get weak around a hating ass bitch. You know what I mean? A Judas at your workplace who tries to passive aggressively be a bitch to you. That includes your mother-in-law, your sister-in-law, your coworkers, whatever, okay? Respect and love yourself to always put yourself first, okay? Just like you would your baby child, a mama bear to a baby child, or you would your dearest friend or your dearest parent. Have 10 times more protection over yourself like you would them, okay? Always speak up. As soon as it happens, speak up. If you don't speak up in this life, you guys, you will have a blocked throat chakra. If you never speak up, you will lose your voice, okay? You will lose your motherfucking voice. Like Little Mermaid lose your voice. Okay, and that's a fact. That is a fact. If you don't speak up and stick up for yourself, you will lose your voice. You won't be able to sing or, you know what I mean? You won't be able to vocalize using your throat chakra because you ain't using it. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So when you're going through like a really hardcore breakup where you're like, fuck my life, I don't want to live anymore. I just want to die. God, when I go to work this morning, please make me get hit by a semi. You know what I mean? Those kind of thoughts, we all go through them. Suicide's a normal ass thought. It's not a mental fucking fucked up condition. We all think suicide. It's a normal ass thought, you guys. And that's why the society needs to chill out. They keep pushing pills on all these young kids and shit, thinking, oh, you want to commit suicide? Yeah, you dumb fuck. Look at the construct of the governmental society, separating souls and separating. In order to heal a broken soul, love, the highest frequency in the world, love. And what does this governmental structures, institutional, systematic structures teach is separation. How the fuck is that heal? And then they separate everyone, and then they're just like, oh, you feel like suicide? Like, talk about gaslighting. The government's the biggest gaslighters in this bitch, okay? So anyways, what I want to say, when you're going through a breakup and you really need to pull, it's not cutting cords, it's pulling cords, pulling that motherfucker out of your heart chakra like a weed in a garden. Like a weed in the garden. You know, your auntie makes you like pull weeds out of a garden and shit like that, or carrots. Fresh carrots. I need to start juicing and shit like that. And you know, sis wants to stay young forever, so I'm gonna have to start juicing with those vitamin E carrots and shit like that. So holla at me for some good carrots. Anyways, so just like pulling like a weed from a garden, you have to envision, because what you focus on in the mind, you guys, is real. It's a reality. Your mental thoughts is a real tangible thing. I need you to know this, okay? So sometimes when you're like going for a walk and you see some kids and you think a really fucked up thought, like, oh, what if like I stabbed that kid? You know, like real fucked up. No, just know that wasn't you. That wasn't you thinking that you want to stab that kid. You ain't a fucking low-key serial killer. No, that is when you let your mind, your train of thought kind of like be, and you're in a low frequency. That penetration of a dark thought is from the dark ones. this is their home, is earth, the earth plane. The dark ones will always plant in evil shit like that and have you thinking you're fucked in the head. But in actuality, they're just fiending and feasting on your low frequency. That's why it's really important to have a high frequency. So I'll do another video of like dark spirits and like all that kind of stuff and how to swerve and to recognize and all that stuff, where they come from, etc. All that, I'll do another video. It's too long. So yeah, so what you do is you pull it out. Like say you had an ex. Okay, this is an example that really helped me to get rid of my ex from my past, who I was with for a long time, who very karmic, you know, it's like very that twin flame energy where it's just like you lose weight in the first week and you can't sleep. You're excited all the time. You're like, I'm going to marry him. You planned your guys' kids' names. You know what I mean? It's just like so amazing. But then as time goes on, they suck the living life out of you and they're energy vampires and you realize, what did I get myself into? You know what I mean? I don't care how good the dick is. I don't care how damn good looking they are. Honestly, it's not worth it. It's not worth your highest and greatest good for getting the life sucked out of your ass if they ain't at your level. If that ain't a soulmate, sis, don't settle for less, because you don't want to be dragging someone up all the fucking time. You ain't a mama. You ain't his mom. Okay? So yeah, always don't settle for less. So like I said, if you're so in love with someone who ain't at your energy, you find yourself always giving to that person and they never reciprocate or they never validate you as much as you validate them. And if you're always like feeling so drained and like so sad because they just are so emotionally distant, you know what I mean? Always ghosty, then you got to take a step back and understand, I am worth more than this. I am worthy of a deep as ocean, beautiful, gorgeous love that fills me up so much as I fill them up. I deserve to get dicked down in the most healthy, beautiful way. I deserve this magical, beautiful love that I give people. And you know what, you guys? Imagine somebody loving you the way you love them. Wouldn't that be such a beautiful, magical world? And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. So yeah, so that is what you want. Like you don't want like a karmic always pulling your last fucking life out of you, you know what I mean? Always killing you softly with the Fugees. So what you got to do is you got to really envision them out in the distance kind of thing. This is what I do. I envision him. This is what I did. I envision him out in the distance and like I envisioned him and I would just like use the visualization meditation within myself to just like pull the cord out. And I would use my hands. Just envision pulling the cord out of my heart chakra and giving it back to him. Pulling all of the love out of my auric field in my heart chakra, all of the energy from him and giving it back to him. Like just giving it back. I feel like Vegeta and Goku. Dragon Ball Z. But yeah, like just you gotta pull it out of your heart. I keep thinking about Dragon Ball Z now. But yeah, honestly, pretty much that's what it is. It's a cord, it's a ray of energy, and you pull it out like a weed. Everything last bit, Creator, God, and Ancestors, please help me to pull all of the love, remnants, and essence of so-and-so. We'll call him Jesse James. Of Jesse out of my heart chakra and out of my aura. And then envision him taking it in the distance, taking all that love back and kind of him walking away and just be like, I release you with love and forgiveness on your journey. I release you with love and forgiveness on the journey. And then ask God, can you please help me to forgive this whole situation? To forgive this whole situation that it didn't play out the way I constructed in my mind. And just help me forgive and release. And let it go. So that's like the physical pulling of the cord. Because when you cut a cord, it's like cutting. Then you still have a big chunk of his ass in your aura still. And then you're like, I thought I cut the cord. But that's the thing, baby. You don't cut him because then you're keeping a bunch of his auric energy still around your heart chakra. You can feel him physically. You know what I mean? So don't let his ass cloak you. Like once you're done, be done. You know what I mean? Nobody's perfect. You might get weak when you're hungover or something like that. Or maybe you're in your period and you get weak and shit, but you're not a weak bitch. You're just going through your moon time. You're just emotional and you'll text them and then you'll quit your period and you'll be like, oh, fuck, I was on my period. I knew I wasn't a weak bitch. But it's the moon time sometimes when we fall back to our exes. Why? Because you're horny. Two, because you're emotional distress and you want to have that babying. So yeah, definitely are just like emotional, sad, hungover, anything. And then you holler at them. Don't be mad at yourself that you folded and you messaged them. Just get back on that horse and put them back on block and do your pulling of the cord. Like, it takes practice. You ain't just gonna pull your cord one day and then the next day it's all good and good and you carry on with your life and go date around. No, sometimes it takes a couple weeks and every day pulling of the cord practice. You know, every second day pulling of the cord practice. You got to make an effort, you guys. You got to put in some elbow grease and you got to throw all their pictures away, all of their clothes that they kept at your house, their PS5 games, everything. And you really got to, like, all the pictures of yours, do ceremonies of just like, bye. I release you with forgiveness on your journey in this life. You know, don't hold any resentment, because when you hold on to anger and resentment to exes, that's keeping them in your auric field, okay? And then you will attract half-assed relationships because you're still keeping that person in your auric field because you're bitter. And you don't want to do that. We ain't doing that. We ain't being bitter bitches. We're carrying on dating with our finances. We're getting our ass ate. We are getting chocolate licked off our nips in the most beautiful way from all these men. There's 4 billion men in this world, you guys. 2 billion that are of age that are just waiting to drink champagne out your ass. Like, date around. There's so many fucking men in this world. I don't understand when someone's like, but I love him, or no one will love me. Yeah, did you even fucking try? Did you try? Did you go on some dating apps? Stop trying to act like you're the only fucking heartbroken ass bitch. I don't care if you think you're ugly and shit. There's so many beautiful people in this world who are praying for you. Snap out of it. I don't mind if someone feels sorry for themselves for a good week, but yo, after a couple months, like, boom, 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 that's when auntie has to come in and slap the fuck out of somebody and tell them, okay, quit it now. Fucking quit it. You know what I mean? Like, there comes to the place in time where it's like, soldier the fuck up. Okay? We're all heartbroken bitches. We still gotta carry the fuck on. Don't be a weak ass victim ass bitch. Okay? So that is how you pull the cord out of your heart chakra and move on with your fine ass self and date around. Go date around. Don't be scared. You always meet your soulmate when you least expect it. You know what I mean? So in the meantime, go get some free meals, go laugh, go get out of your comfort zone, live a little, okay? So I love you so much, and I'll see you next time on Cherished Love Talks and Beautiful Love Tarot, put together to make one, a beautiful baby, okay?